So one day, he was thinking how much sentient being left.
How many sentient beings, there's living beings that are still left in the world who aren't liberated, who are still cycling through samsara.
So the sentient being, the number doesn't change at all.
No matter how hard he works?
Yeah. So comes from his seeing the sentient beings suffering, tear comes through
from his eye.
From his eye, dropped in the earth, the tear.
Teardrops fall to the ground.
On the ground. They grow is the lotus flowers.
Comes out of the ground.
Okay. Then in the lotus flower, Tara appears.
Yeah, she manifests as the lotus flower opens.
It opens, she comes. Then my fortunate son, don't be discouraged.
Tara says to Avalokiteshvara, my fortunate son, don't be so discouraged.
I'll be with you all the time. You continue. That's not short. So then Tara, she that's coming in, have a very close relationship between Avalokiteshvara and Tara. So Dalai Lama is, of course, reincarnation of Tara and the Avalokiteshvara. Tara always makes commitment and she told, I will help you all the time. So Tara history in Tibet, even in India, all the Indian master, like say in 11th century, Atisha, he not decided how to, he invited come to visit Tibet. He cannot decide. So Tara manifested as a two ladies in Bodh Gaya. He was doing circumambulation in Bodh Gaya, in where Buddha reached enlightenment. And Tara manifested two, one is old lady and a young girl. Then Tara, the young girl, asked the old lady, what is the best method, a technique to reach enlightenment? Okay. So the older lady just answered, the best you develop altruistic mind.
Altruistic mind, the wish to help all beings.
Okay. Then secondly, yes, he not decided to go to Tibet or not. He cannot decide. So Tara told him, if you go to Tibet, you have short life.
Was this Tara telling him, or Tara manifested as the woman?
Tara is
directly.
Tara told him, the woman just told how to improve this compassion. Another, he not deciding. He want to go to Tibet, but he didn't get permission from the Indian scholar, his teacher, to go to Tibet. Then he do not know useful, helpful or not in Tibet. So Tara came to him. If you go to Tibet, very useful for the Buddhist teaching, but you have 11 years life shorter.
So Atisha is this 11th century Indian master, very great scholar, Atisha, who was invited to Tibet because the Tibetans at this time had experienced a few centuries of Buddhism, but it wasn't quite developing well. So the Tibetan king invited this great master, but he wasn't sure if he wanted to go. So it's a long trip to go across the Himalayas in the 11th century. That was a particularly difficult trip. So Tara told him, you should go, it will help spread this religion and people will benefit from it, but as a result you will lose 11 years of your life because you'll be so burned out, I guess.
If you stay in India, you have long life. Go to Tibet, most helpful. Then Atisha decided to go to Tibet. Now Atisha, we are talking there, Dalai Lama and Panchen Lama, how they have close relationship. Atisha is the reincarnation of Amitabha Buddha. enjoy joyful paradise. Amitabha Buddha, Atisha reincarnation. So the Panchen Lama is the reincarnation of Atisha, and that the Amitabha Buddha. Okay? Panchen Lama, Amitabha Buddha. In joyful paradise, Panchen Lama is the Amitabha Buddha. Dalai Lama is his main disciple of Avalokiteshvara. They have long time good relationship to being teacher, student, help brothers like it. So the Taras record then Atisha came to Tibet, but it was because he started Tibet. So he came to Tibet. The Indian master gave him 3-year permission. Only visit Tibet 3 years, then have to come back.
This is Indian teacher?
Indian teacher.
Told him you can only leave 3 years.
Only, yeah, because he's important in Nalanda University. He was in charge of it. So he came to Tibet, then somehow he returned after 3 years. Tara told him, Tara told him, especially you have a, good disciple. Through the disciple, you can spread the Buddhist teaching in entire Tibet. 3 years he stayed there, but he didn't make his good disciple. Because Upasaka. Through Upasaka, he can get.
Upasaka is a Buddhist lay follower, devout Buddhist, but not a monastic, a lay person.
Then, now 3 years finished. He has come back to India. And the last moment, Upasaka, we go to Dom Tomba. He came to see the Atisha.
This is in Tibet?
In Tibet. Dom Tomba, who actually Tara predicted we were going to see the disciple. His name is Dom Tomba. Now Dom Tomba want to take him in central Tibet. He was visiting mostly in western Tibet.
Western Tibet.
Then this one Tibetan translator, he has to bring back to him in India because he responsibility. So anyway, they brings him, try to bring in Tibet, in India. At the Nepal border, having problem between going war, parting.
There was a war, so at the Nepalese border there was a difficulty crossing.
Yeah, crossing. So then Atisha has to go back to Tibet. Then the translator gets very upset, difficulty for him. He make the guru, be the guru, commitment, I'm going to bring him back to India in 3 years. Then Atisha told him, you don't have to worry, This is not your fault, my fault.
Not your fault or my fault.
My fault. This something happened, So we will send a letter to India. And he wrote actually we consider like a letter. We came up to Nepal border and the war happening, we are not able to come. Then after this peace come, we will come back. Meanwhile, then say, I have done this job. What we say, he wrote the letter, his name, you call, works the Bodhisattva Paradipa.
That was the letter?
Bodhisattva Paradipa.
The lamp on the path to enlightenment. It's a very famous text. I didn't know that was a letter.
Yeah, the letter. Bodhisattva Paradipa, he wrote it, sent in India. India, there's books, the letters of all the scholar and his teachers very surprised.
And impressed,
Impressed, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Very much impressed, How wonderful. If he stay in India, he's not going to write this wonderful short, in a short teaching, simple, condense all Buddhist teachings of Tantra, Sutra, everything. So very wonderful. Then his teachers wrote back to him. This very useful. Then although the